A company decided to stiff me on my final paycheck, $1,900. What they forgot is that I had quietly built the system their entire accounting department secretly depended on, and I was still the only admin. I want to tell this one carefully because the most satisfying part is that I never broke a single rule. I never sabotaged anything. I just stopped helping. Sometimes that's the most devastating thing a person can do. For 3 years, I worked at a distribution company. Officially, I was in operations. Unofficially, I was the guy who fixed things. And early on, when our inventory tracking was a disaster of spreadsheets emailed back and forth, I built something. On my own time, mostly because it annoyed me. A little system that pulled our warehouse numbers, cleaned them up, and spat out a tidy export every night that the accounting team used to close their books. I built it, I named it, and crucially, I was the only admin account on it. Nobody asked me to document it. Nobody asked who maintained it. It just worked, every night, quietly, for years. People forgot it was a thing a person had made. They thought it was just how the computer worked. When I left clean, gave notice, trained my replacement on the operations stuff, shook hands, good terms. And then my final paycheck came, and it was short. $1,900 short, which turned out to be my unused vacation payout that, per the contract I had in writing, they owed me. I emailed HR. Polite. They said they'd look into it. I emailed again. Nothing. I called. Voicemail. I emailed a third time and got a one-line reply from a manager that said, after review, we don't believe that payout applies in your case, which was a lie, and we both knew it. And the unspoken second half of that sentence was, and what are you going to do about it? You don't work here anymore. So here's what I did about it. Nothing. Genuinely, at first, nothing. I didn't log into anything. I didn't touch the system. I didn't have to. Because that nightly export, the one the entire accounting department depended on, the one I built and was the only admin of, needed occasional small maintenance. A path would change, a data source would update, and someone with admin access would nudge it back into place. That someone had always been me, and I was gone. So the export just slowly drifted out of true, not dramatically, not all at once. That would be sabotage, and I would never. It just gradually stopped lining up, a little more each week, the way an untended thing does. Week 1, nobody noticed. Week 2, the numbers were a little off and people assumed someone had keyed something wrong. Week 3, the books wouldn't reconcile and there was confusion, and then there was a meeting and then someone said the words quarterly audit and the confusion turned into quiet panic. Because nobody, not one person in that building, knew the export existed as a thing that a human maintained. They didn't know what to fix. They just knew it was broken, and the auditors were coming, and the numbers were wrong. And then, 3 weeks and 2 days after my last short paycheck, I got an email. Different tone entirely. A senior person this time, very warm, very collaborative, asking if I might be available for some consulting, just to help with a little reconciliation issue. At my convenience, of course. I wrote back that I'd be happy to. My consulting rate, I explained, was $1,900 with a 1-hour minimum. They did not negotiate. They did not mention the irony of the number. They sent the contract within the hour. I logged in, spent about 20 minutes nudging the export back into alignment, exactly the 20-minute task it had always been, and invoiced them for the full hour. $1,900, paid the same day. Funny how money that doesn't apply in your case can be located so quickly when the auditors are at the door. I think about that line a lot. We don't believe that payout applies. It applied. It always applied. It just took them 3 weeks and a near-miss audit to agree with me. And I got paid to fix the very thing my absence broke. I still keep that system documented now, by the way, for the next company. I learned my lesson. Always know exactly what depends on you. It's the most valuable thing you own.